Good morning, first graders and first grade families. Welcome to your Trimester 2 Award celebration for first grade. We are so glad you're able to join us this morning. We are taking advantage of our virtual abilities since we can't gather in person yet. And we're just so glad to be able to take time to celebrate our amazing kiddos. So we're going to get started this morning with the amazing Miss Peoples. Miss Peoples, take it away.
Okay, so my first award goes to my happy helper, Sophia Lopez. So Sophia has the willingness to help those around her. She does small things for me, like opening the door so I can continue to teach while she lets people in that had to go out of the classroom for a minute. She likes to share cute animal pics on our Zoom to make people smile. So thank you, Sophia, for all that you do to make our classroom a better place. So my next award, oh, sorry, yay, Sophia. So my next award goes to my growth mindset. We believe in the power of yet. So Elias is definitely a can-do kid. He works hard and he doesn't give up. Even when I see that he's frustrated, he's willing to give it just one more try. And then the hope in his eyes that he said, did I get it right this time, Miss Peoples? And then that little light bulb and triumph that goes off in his eyes when he does do it right is why I became a teacher in the first place. So thank you, Elias. Good job. All right, so my fitness fanatic loves talking about baseball and the fact that he's on a baseball team right now. So I love hearing Mauricio tell me about his baseball practices, his baseball friends, and I can't wait to hear what he shares about his season as he gets the opportunity to do some more baseball. So good job, Mauricio. My next word is for Julie Valenzuela for being an amazing artist. One of the most enjoyable activities that I assign my students is the Art for Kids Hub activities. So I love getting to see their drawings they create, and throughout this year, Julie has shown herself to be an incredible artist. She takes care to make sure that her pictures are drawn just right and illustrated beautifully. So it is awesome to get to see that creativity side of Julie. Thank you, Julie. My writing wonder. It is so much fun to see these kids grow as they become writers in first grade. So one of the most fun parts for me is getting to read your child's writing. So I love asking those thoughtful questions that they get to answer as a part, especially Thoughtful Thursday. And Anise is no exception. Her writing is often funny and sometimes so imaginative. I would say, well, how did you come up with that? So you never exactly get what you thought you would get for an answer sometimes on those thoughtful questions. And it is truly a joy to get to read what you write. Thank you, Anise. I will do my kindness queen and king together because they both show such incredible kindness towards other people. So we always know that kindness is always an option. So my kindness king and queen are always polite and considerate and willing to share. And I can count on them to be nice and welcoming to everyone in the class. So that was for Camilla Caballero and Avi Patel. Thank both of you for doing all that you do. So our tech guru, spending this year on Zoom hasn't always been easy, but ironically enough, it has been a little bit fun. I'm amazed by all the tricks that my students have learned to do with Zoom and on Google Classroom apps. Haven was one of my first students to learn how to edit a document right on to the iPad and turn that in that way. So mom didn't have to print anything or write anything up for her. Haven learned how to get that little pencil icon and start writing right on the page with her finger. And even sometimes when we're in class, she's like, can't I just do it on my iPad? Why do I have to have a piece of paper? So thank you so much. I am amazed by the technology abilities of these little kids. They can do stuff on there that I don't even know how to do yet. So good job, guys. So my productivity friend is Alaska Cisneros. Alaska uses our learning time wisely. She participates in activities like answering questions after our shared readings and helping us through calendar counting by twos and tens and counting money. She is attentive during our lessons and completes her work on time. Keep up the good work, Alaska. And finally, our noble knight shows courage, kindness, generosity, and honor. Hannah is the true noble knight. She is always kind and generous to everyone. She is trustworthy and honest. She is a true joy to teach. Thank you, Hannah, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, Ms. Peoples, and thank you to your students for doing an amazing job this trimester. Next up, Miss Sled.
All right. You can go to the next slide. All right, so my happy helper is Sebastian. He has been really sweet in our classroom as we've transitioned from hybrid to distance to hybrid. Again, he's always been there, willing to share his crayons or whatever, even if I have to tell him, like, no sharing right now. He wants to be that helper in the classroom. So it's been really great to see that joy of helping within him, even if we're not at that point this school year. I love seeing him wanting to be that helper this year. So thank you, Sebastian. And my growth mindset goes to Athena and Anthony. Athena has grown so much this school year, especially with her writing. As I've seen her in the beginning of the school year, unsure if she wants to do writing, to see her now as she is willing to write for me and she's writing these unique things. Like I'll come up to her and it's like, oh, what are you doing? She's like, I want to come up with something different than everyone else. I don't want to write what they are writing. So I'm like, that's amazing. So I love seeing her growth in the school year, especially with her writing. And then Anthony has improved so much. I love being able to see him from where he was at the beginning of the year to where he is now when he is an active participant on Zoom. He has no problem unmuting himself, sharing his ideas or the answers he's coming up with now. So I love seeing how his growth and his confidence has really shown this year. So thank you both to Athena and Anthony. All right, my fitness fanatic goes to Jeffrey. Jeffrey has been active this whole school year. He was doing tumbling, now he is very active in baseball, and it seems like every day I get to see him in hybrid, he's telling me about his practice or that he's doing sports with his friends, and he just has this joy about what he's doing and how it's going and how he gets to do it with people that he likes. So I love hearing about baseball and being a third baseman and being able to see that in him. So keep up the great work, Jeffrey. And my amazing artist goes to Berlin. Berlin is an all-around great student. She works really hard with her writing. And when we finish our writing, I tell them to illustrate it. So don't just write something, you need to draw what you're writing about. And Berlin does an amazing job of illustrating what she writes about every day. So even if it's something silly, like, what do you do when it rains? She draws these beautiful pictures of her jumping in a puddle or playing with a sprinkler or sitting with hot chocolate. Whatever it is, she does a beautiful job of capturing what she wrote about onto her piece of paper. So I love seeing her work every day and the drawings that she comes up with. So thank you, Berlin. My writing wonder goes to Natalia. She has grown tremendously in her writing. At the beginning, she would write just a little bit, but now she's writing paragraphs for me. And it's not just quick little paragraphs, but it's this amazing detailed writing. with beautiful handwriting. So I love seeing Natalia's work every time with our daily journals or with our benchmark tests, because those have some unique questions on there. So I'd love to see her opinions about whether she wants to go to space or what does she like about a fox. She always has some elaborate thing to tell me about with it. So Natalia, keep up the great work with your writing. And my kindness queen goes to Jazarel. She has been very sweet this whole year. She makes a point to not get up out of or leave her Zoom meeting without asking first. So she likes to be very polite about whether she can get up and get a drink of water, or if she can help out someone in the classroom, or just happily coming up and like, here's what I did today. So Jezreel has this joy about her, and she's always willing to be kind to the person next to her or to be polite when you don't always think about it. So Jezreel, thank you for what you do. And my kindness king is Roy Ruert. Roy has really stepped out of his shell this past few months. And when we're on Zoom together in the class or in small groups, he is very good about waiting his turn. And then he will happily share whatever it is. Or when we're reading books, he is enthusiastic to help someone sound out a word. So I sometimes have to be like, okay, we got to let them figure it out. But he's always there ready to, this is 64, or count by tens, or sound out the letters. So Roy's been very good about wanting to be there for his classmates and wanting to share what he has learned. So it's been really nice to see Roy step out of his shell on Zoom. So thank you, Roy. And my tech guru goes to Elias. Elias has been really great about when we have stepped in and out of hybrid, that he knows how to get onto everything. That's a hard thing for some people to figure out. But when I came up and I was like, do we know how to log on to iReady or iExcel? And he's like, I know this, I got it. So every day he knows how to get onto RAS, or he's able to help someone else get onto iExcel. But I've been really impressed by his independence with the technology that we have to use in the classroom, especially when some students have figured out how to annotate on Zoom. He is very good about telling people not or to remind me to disable it so other people can't play with it. So he's been very great with his technology and his ability to know how to use the technology in our class. So congrats, Elias. All right, and my productivity goes to Quinn. Quinn has been an amazing asset in our classroom when it comes to getting work done. I'll ask a question and 2 seconds later, she's like, I got it, I did it. And I was like, oh, that's so great. And so I'll come up and she knows how to do it. Or if she doesn't know, she's still pushing through it. So I love seeing how she's always able to do her work, or she's able to adapt. If maybe she doesn't have the paper for the day, she knows how to work around it and how to still make school fun and how to make the most out of the learning time together. So Quinn has been very adaptable and very dependable with her schoolwork. So it's been really great to see Quinn step up and be that leader in the classroom and getting her work done. So good job, Quinn. And finally, my noble knight goes to Novella. Novella has been a really kind part of our classroom. She has learned how to mute herself when she needs to, or unmute herself when she's ready to share. She's been very good about all the things that she likes to talk about with the class, and she's been polite and generous to the rest of the students. And I look forward to getting to see her in the classroom. But Novella has been a very kind-hearted student this whole year, and she's been very nice with everyone, especially when we might go too fast, and she's very sweet to me. She's like, Miss Sled, slow down, please. I'm like, okay. So Novella has been a kind asset and a really great student to have this year. And I look forward to getting to know her better throughout the year. So congrats, Novella.
Thank you, Miss Sled, and thank you, students, for doing an amazing job this trimester. All right, Mrs. Lucas, you're up.
Okay. So my Happy Helper Award goes to Addison. Ever since she, excuse me, started attending our hybrid model, she's always helping me in the classroom, helping me, you know, get things out to other students, or if, you know, participation, she's always helping me with everything. So Addison, thank you for always helping me in the classroom. Good job. My growth mindset goes to Carly Johnson. Carly is just always such a positive influence to everybody in the classroom. Even from the first day of school, she has just grown so much, and she's just advanced in everything that I throw at her. No matter how challenging it is, she achieves it. So great job, Carly. Thank you for always trying your best and for your positive attitude. It reflects on all the other students. Good job. My fitness fanatic goes to Troy Herrick. So Troy, I remember when baseball season was starting, he just could not stop telling me about how he was going to play baseball. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go see your games when I can. Well, it turns out Troy is actually on the same team as my son in second grade. So I do get to see him play all the time now, including a couple of Miss Sled's kids too. So it's great. I am very happy to have that opportunity to watch him. And every game he plays, he's just always crushing the ball. He's a great little baseball player. So, and a home run hitter too. So great job, Troy. My amazing artist goes to Cole Castell. As Miss Led and I think Miss Peoples also was mentioning, with our journals, we always ask the kids, okay, after you write, draw a picture to go with what you wrote. So Cole is always drawing a picture with every single journal prompt we do in the class, and he's always so detailed. Even if it's something simple, you know, 3 facts about a bicycle, he still draws a bicycle. I mean, he's always drawing, and his art is just amazing and detailed, and it's so creative. So great job, Cole. My writing wonder goes to Gabriella Valle. Gabby is, she's grown so much with her writing since the beginning of school. Her stories are just becoming more detailed and more creative, and she has such a wonderful imagination. Not to mention her handwriting is amazing. I mean, I make comments that it looks better than mine. So Gabby, great job. Your handwriting is becoming so beautiful. Keep up the great work. My kindness queen goes to Ariel Lopez. Ariel is a very sweet girl. She's nice to everybody. I know, I don't think she has one mean bone in her body. She is just such a sweetheart, and she's always so kind to others. So great job, Ariel. Kindness king is Easton. Easton, just like with the kindness queen, I mean, he's very kind to everybody. Anytime he sees a student in the class who looks sad or is down, he is always so concerned. And he will come to me and he'll say, Mrs. Lucas, they're so sad. What can I do? And I tell him, just be kind to them, buddy. Sometimes kindness is all we need. So Easton, thank you so much for always being kind and considerate to others. And it's reflecting to the rest of the students. So great job. My tech guru goes to Matthew. Matthew, whenever he's on Zoom, he is always changing. He has the most amazing and stylish backgrounds in his Zoom. And he knows all the little tech thingies you can do with Zoom. And he also knows how to get onto everything. I never have to help him when it comes to getting into iExcel or iReady or any of the tech programs we have. He's on it. So Matthew, great job. Thank you for teaching me new things about technology. My productivity award goes to Jordan. Jordan is always such a hard worker. Ever since the beginning of school, she's been such a hard worker, even on Zoom. I can tell that she was working hard, always getting her work done, and her work is always in pristine condition. She does such a great, amazing job, and I'm just so proud of her for all of her hard work. So, Jordan, thank you for always working hard and staying busy throughout the day. And finally, my Noble Knight goes to Aubrey Lytle. Aubrey is, I mean, she's everything that we look for in an AAE Knight. She's encouraging, she's positive, she's sweet and kind and helpful, and she's always doing such an amazing job in the classroom. And she's definitely doing a great job showing an example of what it means to be an AAE Knight in our classroom and in our school. So great job, Aubrey.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Lucas and Mrs. Lucas's students. Thank you so much for working so hard. All right. And last but not least, Mrs. LaRock, take it away.
Okay, you can go to the first slide. All right, my happy helper is Lucia Carlin, Lucy. She is always the first one to jump up. She wants to help, whether it's getting the door or helping somebody if they need help on their activity or whatever they're working on. Lucy is the first one always to volunteer to help. And so we are very happy to have our happy helper. Thank you, Lucy. Our growth mindset is for Gerald. Gerald has made such incredible growth this year. I am very proud of him, and he always is able to, something about having a growth mindset is being able to ask for help. And so if he ever needs it, he does ask and he works through it. And I am very proud of all the growth that he has made this year. Good job, Gerald. Our fitness fanatic is Adeline Randolph. She is always going whenever we're doing our, whether we're doing Go Noodle or Cosmic Kids or a Jack Hartman video. Addie is always on top of it. She's got the moves down. I've seen she even has her doll yoga, which I loved. She's always doing it, whatever it is for fitness. So thank you so much, Addie, for leading the way in that. Our amazing artist is Graydon. He, he's really good at the directed drawings that we do, but he also will take any picture, even if we don't need a picture, he will take any picture that's on the screen and he can copy it down onto the paper, which is an amazing skill because he doesn't need the step-by-step. He just has it down and he is an amazing artist. So great job, Graydon. My writing wonder is Luke Ritter. He always turns in the most beautiful, full, complete sentences, capitals, punctuation, details. I know that it's not always the easiest thing, the writing. Sometimes we, in here we are just blossoming into these writers. And so sometimes that skill is a little bit hard to come by, but he's got it and he does a wonderful job. Thank you, Luke. Our kindness queen is Audrey Phelps. She always has a smile on her face, no matter if she's in person or on Zoom. She is a very kind friend to all, and she definitely brightens our day, whether she's sharing her sister with us on Zoom or any other thing that she can think of that is going to bring a smile to our face. She always wants to share. So thank you so much, Audrey. Our kindness king is Caleb. I cannot say enough kind things about this guy because he just definitely, he is so polite. It's kind. If he unmutes, it's thank you. And if I tell him thank you, he'll unmute to tell me thank you back. He is just very polite and he is a wonderful asset to our classroom. So thank you so much, Caleb, for always bringing that kindness to us. Our tech guru is Daxton Pettigrew. Daxton will teach me things that I don't know how to do on there because I see, our end, the teacher's end, whenever I'm putting in assignments or giving them things like that. And so someone will raise their hand. I don't know how to log into here. I don't know how to submit this. And so I'll come over and I'm like, Daxton, we need you. And so I'm like, oh, just click there. Okay, now click that box. And he always is, you know, incredibly helpful all over the place, but tech is definitely his thing. So thank you so much, Daxton. Our productivity goes to Liliana Renteria. She has gone above and beyond. So whenever we have our packets, we didn't know that we would be back and forth, or you know what days they would be here, and so I would always have a couple extra copies to, you know, who doesn't have their page, or who, you know, whatever. She always has it out before I can even finish telling her what the assignment is. She has them laid out on her desk. She's ready to go, and she informed me that she packs them herself. So she does a great job. So thank you so much, Liliana. Our Noble Knight is Kason Gonzalez. Whenever we think about the Noble Knight, our school is courage, honor, and generosity, and he absolutely has all three of those. He always has a smile on his face. He is always raising his hand to participate in class. He is always willing to help a friend, and so we are very fortunate to have Kason, sorry about that. Thank you very much, Kason. I do that in class all the time too, by the way. I have so many sounds in here.
Everyone's learning their k sound. It's
Yes.
great. And thank you, Mrs. LaRock and Mrs. LaRock students. This is such a fun part of the school year to recognize our amazing students. And this was just a small portion. So we are excited for what the final trimester holds. And we can't wait to continue celebrating our amazing students and all of the things that they've learned this year, especially with technology. So thank you, those of you at home, all the grown-ups. Thank you for supporting your kiddos this year. We are loving every minute of it. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.